What advice would you give, Andy, to emerging biotech entrepreneurs who are looking to navigate these tough challenges of scaling their companies and continuing to attract investment?
Yeah, and listening to you, I was reminded of a story that I think will help shed a little bit of light on this because um, one of my most successful project leaders over the past decade, when she was a project manager, and I was trying to convince her to take that leap in because I knew she could do the job. Similar, but she had a little bit of discomfort. We had a very frank conversation and up front, so she hadn't agreed to come. And I said, when you screw up, not if, but when you screw up, my expectation is not only that you can learn from it, but you can help your team and teach your team. So from as you're thinking about scaling and you're thinking about growing the organization, the best way I think about this, which is we have very finite, limited resources. So we have to figure out not how to do more with less, but how to do less with less in a way that it's truly impactful. And thinking about what are the key critical deliverables, what are the things you actually need to scale the organization, get that next investment coming in, or next drive to the next data set. And a good friend of mine summed it up for me a while ago, saying it's like you need to not only learn from your failures, but live to fight another day. So in the sense that as you're thinking about that arc, particularly growing and scaling, what do you need to do today so you can keep the lights on? What do you need to do to educate folks in terms of where the needs are, and both from an organizational as well as from a policy perspective? So as we think about an interface with not just regulators, but with the folks who are responsible for policy. So the thing that sort of unifies all this, and perhaps it's my engineering mindset coming out right now, which is the core capability that unifies all the different functions and groups as we move a molecule from inception in the discovery place to ultimately marketing authorization. It's our core capability is problem solving. And thinking, because nothing ever will go exactly the way as planned, but you need to adapt and in particular learn from those failures, but in a way that folks can understand that failing fast is way better than failing late and just sort of kicking the can, thinking, well, it might work out, let me try and tease out. You still need the appropriate amount of data to make that assessment. So how do you get the right information to the right decision makers at the right time? But I think as innovators, we're thinking about how can I do something, learn early from those fast failures.